Anyways, I know you love episodes
Of
about acronyms.
oh shit, I've been wanting to do one too, but I haven't thrown it out there because we've had so much new shit hitting.
HOSO doesn't count as an acronym yet. We're not big enough.
Did you see the new thing that they cut Skibbity in half?
So it's ski.
It's on Skib.
There's no way that's a thing.
Yeah.
What does on skib mean?
It's good now. So now, like, I just totally did that on Skib. It's like the new on. Or it's not like on cap. We might have to do a Skib 2. No, I don't ever want to do Skibbity again.
Skib 2 Lost in New York.
We'll save that for season 3, so you can see our faces.
Skibbity 2 on Skib. Anyway, so I know you love episodes about acronyms because you always nail the acronym.
Everybody else is wrong.
Yeah, no, I get it. I can imagine that this episode you'll refer to as "You Only Lambada Once."
Oh, we're gonna throw it out there.
I don't know. Are you gonna say you'll only lambada once?
No.
Wasn't there like a comedy, like a sitcom or cartoon or something like that
with lambada?
Well, because it was a forbidden dance, and the forbidden part of it was that like it was somehow a mix of the limbo and a dance.
Mm-hmm.
But it was forbidden because everybody threw out their backs when they did it.
All right. There's a joke in there about forbidden fruit.
So by definition, you only lambada once.
Okay. So the word is FOMO.
Yes.
Did I spell that right?
We decided to get back to FOMO. No, but I've told a story about this word.
Okay.
Because of the license plate I saw.
Mm-hmm. That's in an earlier episode.
Mm-hmm. And I thought it was apropos this week because on a whim, I decided to just leave my job.
And you're going to chalk it up to IJLMJ? Did I do that right? That's not a word, dude.
No, I'm going to chalk it up to Hmmmmm.
Hmmmmm?
Hmmmmm. It's when you die and you go to heaven. It's How I Met Your Maker.
Hmmmmm. You're saying that wrong. It's Hyman.
No.
It's where the good Lord touches you.
No. Hyman is a traditional Jewish male name.
Why would you name that after a woman's...
You wouldn't.
Poppycock. Or no, her ordeal.
Situation.
Yeah, situation I'd like to be in. That's what they call that, right?
Gross.
I didn't make that up. That's Dane Cook. Thank you, Dane Cook.
Don't ever thank Dane Cook. Anyway, no. Told a story about it. Thought it was apropos. I figure, you only live once, so we may as well do an episode about it.
No, but what if you're a cat?
You still only live once. I don't understand the whole 9 lives thing. They don't come back from the dead.
Sure they do. Here, I'm sending this to you right now. There you go.
If it is video of a cat coming back from the dead, I am not going to watch it.
What? You haven't seen The Great Pussifer Part 2?
No.
The Pussinator keeps coming back alive.
I like where you could have gone somewhere clean with that.
No. You know me better than
like
that.
Toonses.
Toonses?
Remember Toonses?
You're the one out here screaming Hyman.
Do you remember Toonses or not?
Yeah, Toonses from Saturday Night Live?
Yeah. Toonsinator 3000. God, that episode was gold.
Okay. Are we, I guess we have an intro, right?
We did, except you kept fucking it up.
No.
You kept literally standing on its throat as I was walking it through the room.
Okay, walk it through the room one more time.
Nope, I'm done walking it through the room. You only live once. We only do one intro. Well, let's go.
No, we do.
Nope,
we do the
let's
intro
go.
twice. Let's go. The word is let's go. That rhymes with lesbo.
We'll catch you after the break.
We should have done this word a long time ago.
Like 20 years before we started the podcast.
Yeah, pretty much.
When it was popular.
Yeah. I'm really surprised, honestly, this wasn't one of the first ones we tackled, because this has been, I wouldn't consider this a flashback word, because it's still kind of current.
Yeah, it's not a flashback,
old,
but it's not a flashback.
Yeah, it's like right in the middle of like, is it old enough to call it a flashback word? The word is hymen, by the way, if anybody.
That is not the word.
Oh.
Can you please stop saying that word?
Okay.
Also, that's Krusty the Clown's dad's name.
Hymen the Clown?
No, Hyman Kristofsky.
I love that. Hymen the Clown.
You think his last name is the Clown?
Isn't it? You just said Krusty the Clown.
Yes. Krusty's not even his first name. Or maybe Hyman's Krusty's name. It's one of their names.
Krusty Hyman.
It's
pretty. I would change my name too if my name was Krusty Hyman.
It's Hyman and Herschel. I just don't remember which is which.
Hyman and Herschel.
Those are their first names. It's Hyman and Herschel Kristofsky.
You're so close to a ordeal and a butthole joke right now.
Also, Kristofsky. I didn't even know that they were Polish.
Hyman and Herschel. It's like one of the greatest R&B.
Anyway, do you want to get to the word or not?
Yes.
Are you sure?
It's not a real word though, right? It's an acronym.
Ladies and gentlemen, just so you know, both of you, he just started chewing this gum before the episode.
There's no gum in my mouth.
Anyway, I just want you to know what this gum is for. It's called NeuroGum, and it's for energy and focus.
Mm-hmm.
And this is easily the least focused I have ever seen him in the entire time that we've been doing this together.
It's because he started the day out with hymens.
It's like giving a kitten a ball of yarn.
But I hate cats. You're going to take it back to the cats again?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a great musical.
Because cats only live once.
Solo.
Times 9.
No, they only live once.
Okay. The word is
YOLO.
Mm-hmm.
Not the third color of the primary color wheel. That's yellow.
Depends on the speech impediment, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's YOLO. It sounded yellow.
Not beef fat. That's tallow.
But we should have done this word a long time ago. YOLO. I've never liked this word.
What if you said this word to Kate's fiance? Would it be Marsh YOLO?
Kate's going to write in.
Finally, we need some letters. Right?
She's going to call in as we speak.
Yeah, we should have done the word a long time ago. It's definitely been around for a while. I can't imagine that there's anybody that doesn't know the acronym, although I also didn't imagine there was anybody that didn't know what FOMO meant, and here we are. So, it's You Only Live Once.
Mm-hmm. It's like my favorite James Bond.
If you didn't hear the episode where I told the story about the license plate before, I was driving behind a car. License plate read YOLO 2, which, or as I like to refer to it, you only live once, twice. It's a concept that basically is based on the why not try this new thing? You only live once.
It got used a ton, like during a certain Winter Olympics, and I just got tired of hearing it. It was like every skier, every slalom. What did they all do? Slaloms, ice skaters,
luge, bobsled.
Yeah, Bob's your uncle.
Skeleton.
But it just kept getting used for all the. I think that was the first year they let the they did all the real what's the edgy skating and shit like that, like skateboarders and all that. It's when
edgy skating.
What do they call it? Extreme sports. It's like when they first let that shit in. God damn, that's so 2005. But it was like that, and you had like Sean
in the middle of our podcast that you're old without telling me that you're old.
Extreme sports, but it was when they first put in like this.
Literally your favorite band's name with sports at the end of it.
Extreme sports. True. So maybe I should have just embraced YOLO then.
Yeah, maybe. Anyways, I think that YOLO is
living life to the fullest.
Yeah, I don't hate the term YOLO. I think I hated the term YOLO at the time. I think as I've grown older, I've become more welcoming of it.
Oh my God. All right.
What?
Finish your statement.
No, go ahead. You already cut me off.
Some say that YOLO's generational cachet could be lost if it becomes synonymous with crossing items off a bucket list. Others say that Gen Z is ditching YOLO in favor of other acronyms such as DIFTP. We already done it.
Do it for the plot.
Yeah.
They made that an acronym?
Yeah, I was just like, We literally did that word. We did that.
Dipshits. And I'm talking to you, kids. You can't just make an acronym out of anything. Part of what makes acronyms fun is you can say them as a word.
It sounds like a word, yes. And
DiffTip is not an acronym.
DiffTip. That sounds like a Ukrainian rapper.
No, it sounds like part of a line from the Us 3 song Cantaloupe.
Can you do it?
DiffTip, flip Fantasia.
He got there. Yeah, we literally just did that slogan, or whatever you want to call it, acronym. But it wasn't an acronym when we did it. We looked up everything for that. I
don't understand why the kids are stupid. Like, instead of making that an acronym, there is a word that comes from plot that really isn't the same as this, but would work well as a replacement for it. Like right when you started to do something for the plot, you'd just be like plotting, and then start doing something for the plot. Like that's fun, playful, useful.
You used to do that? You'd say plotting?
No, I'm saying that they could do that.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, I never.
Stupid diff tip.
Stupid diff tip. That could be so many things. Maybe our thing should be diff tip.
It's important to note that YOLO, because whoever came up with that, I am so glad they don't get to live twice. That is so dumb.
Do you think YOLO will live forever?
It should live forever. It's an easy acronym and word. I think it was used too comically. I think that from a philosophical standpoint, I like it as a slang term.
I think the reason I thought it was cheesy is because it sounds, I don't know, the word itself, YOLO, sounds a little.
Well, and when it got popular, you would say it right before you did the stupidest thing you could possibly think of. True. I have to imagine that it was said about 1 billion times on Jackass. Didn't watch Jackass, but I have to imagine it was said 1 billion times.
That's like the
Jackass.
Kids now, or at least a year or two ago, used to be like Kobe, and they would flip something in the air.
Oh, I still do that.
Okay. So in that same vein, you'd yell YOLO. My thing with it like seemed like that word jumped the shark early to me. Like when you go from being hip and cool, like, you know, athletes saying it, to it being on like the Got Milk ads and shit like that, I'm like, it's not exactly the coolest word anymore.
I don't disagree with you, which is why I think it's interesting, because it's sort of on the comeback trail in that because it's not so used so ubiquitously, or BINUSU, I guess, as the kids like to say, just acronym every word.
What was that? BIPEI?
Because it's not used so ubiquitously. BINSU.
All right. I haven't had to address this.
Binusu.
I haven't had to address this like in 50 episodes.
That at least sounds like a word. Go ahead.
But I was told there's no spelling on this podcast.
You're even wearing an extreme shirt and you couldn't come up with extreme sports.
No, I'm not. Oh shit, I am wearing extreme.
Stupid. Anyways, I think because it's not in the foreground anymore, I think YOLO is a more readily usable word, which is interesting because I wonder if that'll happen with some of the words that we've done that we kind of hate. Like, I don't think bougie will ever get there because fuck that word. But like, will Riz be less annoying 10 years from now?
No, it's already.
I don't know.
Sounds too much like piss. So it's not. It'll never be cool.
Just like R. Kelly.
I'm gonna piss on you. It's my R. Kelly. Thank you.
Recorded live at a Diddy party.
Well, like, this all started for you from seeing that license plate, right?
Well, I don't know that it all started for me. I heard YOLO before I saw the license plate.
I know, but that triggered you because now we have a podcast, and you didn't have a podcast at the time.
Yeah, I guess.
If you'd had a podcast earlier, it'd probably been called the YOLO Show.
I think the kids triggered me to start a podcast because they kept saying stupid words.
Really? Okay. But my thought was, how cool was that person back in 2006 or whatever when they came up and got that YOLO license plate, and now they still have it?
No, they're the second coolest person, because out there somewhere is a person that just has YOLO as their license plate.
But maybe that's a joke.
I hope
YOLO too.
The problem is it's probably on like a really nice car because they're thinking, oh, like, let's spend that money. You only live once, right? But what it really should be is on a Pinto, but like the explodable years. Because now you're taking a chance with your life. You only live once. Let's see if we can drive it without. Let's see if we can drive it without this thing exploding.
Okay, so it was YOLO with a 2 at the end, right?
Yeah.
What if the person was trying to say you only live one, two? Because they didn't think that word meant once.
I don't understand the question.
The person's dumb in the first place. But I'm just saying, what if they were thinking it meant you only live 1, 2, or you only live 12? See, I love messing with people with their license plates.
Do you?
That's why you can't mess with mine. Mine's perfect.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
What is it?
No, can't give that out on the air. You know,
you literally have a license plate frame that says "Hang out with your slang out."
Yeah.
So everybody knows there's only one of those in existence.
But there's stock. No.
There's more than one, and you haven't given me one of them?
Why don't you make your own, dude?
No,
the fair's in town. They'll even sparkle it up for you.
Did you get it made at the fair?
No. Had Amazon make it. But they do that at the fair, right?
I don't know.
Come on, dude. You only live once. Let's go bedazzle a license plate.
Yours looks like it was made in a prison. I feel like you could have done some more with that.
Well, like what?
I don't know. Get one actually made? That wasn't even... It's not even nice enough to be like one of the kiosks that used to be in the mall.
See, now I'm going to have to put his picture up the back of my truck. I'll have to blur out my really clever license plate so all my stalkers don't come after me, but they can see the Hoso podcast, and it just has our website thing on it. What else am I supposed to put on there?
I don't know.
One of your quotes?
Actually, not my quote specifically. I feel like that's being selfish, but I think that like it would be fun to do little quotes with the different words as different license plates. Kind of like we wanted to do with t-shirts. Maybe we should just do it all. Just merch this son bitch up.
Mm-hmm.
We'll get 30 of every item because I think that's how many fans we have, and hope that they all buy one.
You need to double it up.
No, we can't be sitting on dead stock.
Huh?
We can't be sitting on
that
dead
shit's
stock.
Gold, dude. It's almost like $100,000 gold watch.
Anyway, the reason this came up is because I quit my job on Tuesday.
Oh, shit. We took 20 minutes to get there.
No, I said it earlier, and then you glazed over it and went on to something else.
Glazed donuts. Sounds good. You see what I have to deal with?
Thank you to NeuroGum for your energy and focus gum, which has worked wonders on my podcast partner.
And combine that with Liquid Death and murder that thirst. Good times. Good times. All right. So tell your story about how you...
Are you that excited to go to this comedy show today that you're that unfocused?
What are you talking about? I'm as focused as it gets.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Let's hear this. Let's hear this story of why you decided.
It's like when Bart started taking Focusing.
Nobody knows what you're talking about.
It's an episode of The Simpsons. It's the one with Mark McGuire where he just says, "Or do you want to see me hit some dingers?"
I actually don't remember that episode.
I
don't know if I ever saw that one.
It's so good. Basically, Bart finds out he has ADD, and so they make him take a focusing drug, which is called Focusing. And it makes him so focused that he starts realizing that there are satellites that are taking information and stuff like that. And they're run by the government, and he starts freaking out.
Government's awesome.
And basically, Mark McGuire is brought in at the end to distract them from the fact that the government is, because everybody thinks Bart's crazy, but it turns out he's right. And they actually shoot down.
So what came first, the idea for that episode or Mark McGuire? Like they had him locked in and they're like, let's build a episode around him, or like, do we just randomly pick something to throw into the episode we already have written?
That's an excellent question, but I have to imagine that the episode was written first because it was released right around the time that he was juicing.
Mm-hmm.
And so I wonder if like it being an episode about a certain drug and then him having used things, and basically the excuse at the time was, well, isn't baseball more exciting when we're hitting the ball farther?
And then they would like splice in.
So good on him for being part of the episode and not feeling insulted by that.
Yeah.
But
well, they probably had like his Wheaties box commercials in between and stuff. So like, you know,
I don't know they had Wheaties box commercials because I would have owned that Wheaties box.
Would you?
Mm-hmm.
Let's hear this exciting YOLO story.
I quit my job.
Okay. Can't wait to hear part 2.
Lost in New York. No,
So you're not stripping no more at Beef?
No, I kept that job.
Okay. That's right. He has many irons in the fire.
No, in 28 years of employment, I have found myself never quitting a job without 2 weeks notice until Tuesday.
That was a pretty big deal for you. When you said that, I was like, oh, he must have found another position somewhere because he's got to move fast.
No, I didn't. I think that it's important sometimes to stand up for what you believe in and stand up for yourself and bet on yourself. And so I quit the job without having another job.
YOLO.
YOLO.
Bitches.
YOLO, bitches.
You only live once, bitches. Kind of. All right. I don't know. I'm proud of you. You feel?
I wonder if I can get the license plate YOLOBCH. You only live once, bitch. People would probably think it's beach.
They're gonna think you only live once. Beaches. It's a real
like the 80s movie.
Yeah,
got it.
It's a real. I don't even remember that lady's name anymore.
Bette Midler.
Yeah. Who was the other one? Barbara Hershey.
Oh.
You should. You have it on your license plate. Do you feel like a lot of weight off your shoulders?
Yes, mostly.
And then the other weight of I don't have a fucking job.
That would be the other.
Come crashing down on you.
Yeah. We're gonna make it work, and that's fine. And I've got some things lined up, and that's all good. But yeah, it's a little scary when you do that, and you didn't really set yourself up to do it.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
You got this.
YOLO.
Yeah. I mean, you could have done a lot of things to figure out what word we'd record next. You didn't have to quit.
No, I needed to. It was a diff tip.
Doing it for the plot. Or I don't know. Maybe you just had FOMO.
Maybe
you had fear of
Well, I didn't have your definition of FOMO because I very clearly did it without remorse.
Well, you were having fear of moving on that whole time, and you beat that fear. So I'm very proud of you.
I hate you so much.
It fit.
No, it didn't.
Yep, it fit. He hates when I'm right.
All right, let's talk about moments of FOMO. Not moments of FOMO. Moments of YOLO. Moments of YOLO sounds weird.
Got him. Moments of Hyman.
Can you stop saying Hyman?
It's an acronym for have you ever masturbated enough nuggets? I got lost. I was off the rails there.
Yeah.
We've discussed that. Like my train doesn't stay on the rails.
Yep. Energy and focus. So have you ever had YOLO moments in your life? I'm
sure we all have.
I mean, I know you have. Like you wore bike shorts under jeans.
There's the stupid moments like when you go to the lake and you jump off like a 30-foot cliff when you can't see if the water's even.
I thought you were going to finish that with swim. I was like, oh my God, you did that without being able to swim?
Well, I remember when I did it, I was like 15 and I literally screamed all the way down because everybody was like, yeah. And I'm like, yeah, I'm so cool. And I forget to close my mouth as I go into the water. So and anybody has had any of the
fish,
Arizona's lake water, it is rather clean and didn't taste like.
I don't know if you can blame that on all of Arizona's lake water.
And didn't taste like sewage at all. And I swallowed half that lake and almost didn't come back up. There was plenty of room. I didn't hit nothing, thankfully, but like plenty of kids had been like, paralyzed afterwards. But so I had that, you only live once. Let's do it. Stupid.
So you jumped off the same cliff that people have been paralyzed off of?
No, I don't even know what cliff that was. Oh. Because it was literally, I think, my first time going to the lake with my friends, like kind of on by ourselves, just being stupid teenage guys. Dumb. So one time I rode on the hood of somebody's car and we got up to 65, 75 miles per hour.
Sitting on the hood of somebody's car?
Not, you have to hold on because when you go that speed, you gotta
you have to Wilson Phillips that shit.
Yeah. That would have helped me if I could have just sang that song. It was about around the same time as that. I think about that now and I'm like, God, that was so stupid.
You have children.
Hopefully they won't hear that. No, they've done plenty of stuff.
You existed long enough after holding on to the hood of a car at 60 plus miles an hour to have children.
It was a rush, dude. Hey, dude, you only live once. Twice.
3 times a lady.
3 times a matey. And then recently, this podcast.
You shaved your head for your mom.
Yeah, but I would do that in a heartbeat. It's just dead shit that grows out of your head.
Yeah, for sure. But you have like a really weird shaped head. So like committing to it must have taken a lot of
I have
chutzpah.
No, I have a novel romance novel hair. So when my hair is long and a kicking, it puts the ladies in the seats, my friends. That's why they call me Captain Hyman. Maybe our word should be Hyman this week.
Maybe I need you to stop saying that word during this episode. I would like to get...
Wasn't that old cartoon?
I would like
Hyman
to get,
San Diego?
I would like to get picked up. No, it wasn't a cartoon. It was just a show. I would like to get picked up.
Where in the world is Hyman San Diego?
I would like to get picked up by a podcast company that we appreciate.
Mm-hmm.
And you are sabotaging that.
How?
Because you think you're funny.
The whole world thinks I'm funny.
Just because nobody listens to us, so by definition, the whole world is just us, does not mean...
You only live once. Just let it lay, my friend. I got you. Hey, dude, you only Hyman once. Yo-ho? Oh, God. I'm pretty good at this.
Why? Is it a pirate's life for you?
No, isn't yo-ho like... That's like...
Nothing. When I say the funny things, you just glaze over them because
mine was funnier.
So worried about Hyman.
We haven't done the whole... Well, I guess we kind of have. You said you do use this still.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't.
I don't think you can ever use it seriously.
No. Yeah, okay. Okay, yeah.
Like, it's not a real thing. But it is a way to, like, explain away doing something that might be considered a gamble.
Yeah, I guess technically, yeah, we've both joked using it before. So I guess I have, kind of. But seriously, no, it still kind of bugs me. Kind of annoying.
What if you had...
It's a lot worse out there, though.
What if you had YOLO FOMO? Like you had fear of missing out on living once.
See, you can't put two things together if you don't know the meanings of the words.
I know. That's why I'm saying them to you now, so that when we get to the next part of this episode, you don't mess up the meaning.
All right. We'll have to... We need to redo FOMO. That was so long ago.
Are you going to do it right this time?
I did it right the first time.
You are the only one that believes that. You understand that? Yeah?
We have to bring those emails back out.
Sure.
Yeah. I have all kinds of people on my side.
All kinds of people.
Yeah. You have my wife, her sister, your wife.
I have your kids.
My kids.
I have our kids.
Are they even my family? I kind of feel betrayed a little bit now. I'm laying this all out.
Well, you're not really betrayed. You're just wrong. Zombies, they don't only live once.
Well, yes, they do.
Buddhists, they don't live once, right? Buddhists or Hindu? I think it's Buddhist. I should know this better. I was a major for a while.
Major of what?
Religious studies.
Okay. Way to hold on to that knowledge. So this has been a good episode. You see how I just went into that? I was trying to make that as...
Just wait till I cut those last 15 minutes where I was being a complete douche.
A douche canoe. You only douche canoe once? Yodko?
Yodko sounds like some sort of evil business from like Russia that somehow...
I was just saying it's like a Russian comedian or something, Yodko.
Gentlemen, welcome to Yodko.
It's where you go to get your bread and like a hammer.
It is. It's actually a Russian version of Home Depot, but they also carry provisions like bread.
Yodko. Get hell of a price on that. Lines are real long.
Screws on aisle 20 and bread on aisle 15.
So you got a Russian accent in there, huh? I don't know if I should try it.
I know you shouldn't. But if you're going to, this is the episode because, as we said, YOLO.
Is YOLO Russian?
No, but you only live once, so
when
they come after you, at least you'll know that you've tried their accent once.
All right.
Can you imagine we get lost in the dark web because you tried to do a Russian accent and they somehow found a way to block us?
Well, how would we know?
That's the thing. You'll never know.
You sound like, what's his name from Rounders? John Malkovich.
Oh, good. He's good with accents.
He's all right. He was a little over the top in that movie.
Yeah, well, to do accents, as an American, you kind of have to be a little over the top because,
That's why mine are so good.
Inherently, we're racist,
Right.
so we have to make them sound
True.
really ridiculous.
No
over the top.
lies told. So do you want to get us on out of this episode? You started it. I'll allow you to push us on out.
Well, I would just like to say, you already owe. You only record this episode once. Unless you screwed up the recording again, in which case we'll have to record it a second time.
Just see how quick I just checked?
If there was an episode to screw up, this might have been it with all your talk of hymen. So
do you think our listeners will enjoy YOLO?
I think, I don't know. Depends on where they're listening from. I hope so. Like I said, I think it's a useful term now, especially because it's not everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's fun and fine to use from time to time.
I would love to hear anybody's like YOLO experiences if anybody's done something and they thought the same thing at that moment. That'd be kind of cool.
You would?
Hmm?
That's weird because I told the thing about my job and then asked you if you had any YOLO experiences, and then you didn't say, hey, do you have any other YOLO experiences?
Watch how I splice this together. Hey, you have any other YOLO experiences?
No, you don't get any.
Oh, I already said mine.
Yes, I know you did.
So what were your other YOLOs?
No, it's fine. What episode is this?
This will probably be in the 90s.
In the 90s.
Yeah.
Huh. I love
Just-
being then.
Just like the YOLO.
Yeah. No, I just, if we're in the 90s and we're only a few episodes away from moving over to video. Well, not moving over, just adding video to our repertoire.
Mhm.
Tour. So if you have glasses, maybe just learn to put them down for a half an hour at a time
Why?
so that they don't have to look at us.
Well, I mean, you could have talked about glasses of wine.
Oh, pick those up repeatedly.
Yeah.
It's the only thing that makes this interesting. Ask our wives.
Yeah. I'm telling you, you watch us.
I don't know why I threw a little Clinton in there. Ask our wives.
What's your middle name?
What's your middle name?
That's all I ask is like when
What's
we
your
go,
middle name? That's a weird thing
Mhm.
to ask.
when we go live and we actually try to do some
And when we say
video.
live, we don't mean live.
No, we're gonna get there.
No.
Who's scared now?
Me.
But when you watch our
How many
video,
times I had to stop you during this episode and you think you want to go live?
I'll rein it in for that.
Will you?
We'll find out.
Yeah. Not the
I
point.
just want our viewers, if they're watching video of us, to have that glass of wine so they don't have YOLO and enjoy their hymen.
Out of all the stupid things you've said this episode.
Well, I'm ready to go. Are you want to stick around and talk about YOLO some more?
Nope.
Did we sign off?
Later, Slangers.
This is Dan.
Yeah, it is. This is Matt, not talking to you about hymens.
Later, Slangers.
Later, Slangers.
Did you say hymen?
Yeah.
Proud of you. Hey, you only hymen once. No. If you do hymen, you should probably do it twice.
Sometimes I'm walking down the street and I see a guy I know and I'm like, hymen.
Oh my! What if it's? Are you sure it's a man?
Yes. Bees have a purpose. At least they make honey, which is healthy for people.
I used to be terrified of bees growing up. It was just like I just didn't want to get stung. I didn't know if I'd like have a reaction to it. I still haven't been stung, but now I'm on the other end of that where I like try to save bees every time I can. I'm like, oh my god, the bees in the pool water, and I save it like Mitch Baywatch. I just go into the Baywatch mode and because I'm like, oh, that one bee might be the tipping point. I have to save this bee.
I can't wait until you save a bee. It comes back to life and then stings you right in the face. And then you're like, no,
You'll know
I
too.
gave you life.
You'll know too because you'll come over to podcast and I'll have like that one swollen eye or some shit.
No, it's funny. My mom's allergic to bees, and I had gone, I'm pretty sure, my whole life without getting stung. And then I got stung, I don't know, a year and a half ago or something like that. I was like, uh-oh. And Candace was like, what? And I was like, I don't know whether or not I'm allergic, but I know that my mom is. So
we're going to find out.
Stay with me for the next 5 minutes because I don't know what's about to happen.
Did anything help in it other than just a little welt or anything?
Yeah.
Cool. It's because you have a beard now. You can't fuck with a guy with a beard.
Bees fuck with whoever they want.
That's Yobo, dude.
But then they're like, honey.
Oh. The dance movie from the 2000s?
Yes.
Awesome. Bees are awesome.
I didn't even know that they like Jessica Alba that much.
Don't all bees want to punch Jessica Alba in the face?
What with you and punching in the face?
You remember when I talked about punching?
You were never allowed to chew this gum before a podcast.
Remember when I talked about punching babies in the face?
Yes.
That was a pretty good episode.
Never again.